All right, as you can see, this toilet is not sitting flush. So I'm gonna pull it back apart. I either need to go with just a standard wax ring, or I'm not sure. I'm gonna pull it back apart and see. Hey, how's it going? We are back in the garage. Yeah, I haven't really been able to do much work in the garage because I've been sort of reworking how everything is in here, moved all the shelving over there, got some new shelving on the walls, cleared up a whole bunch of space to make it better for me to work in here. But today we will not be in the garage. Today is a crappy video, which probably will be a crappy video, but I need to make videos. I need to get better at them. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot this anyways. So today I am going to install a new toilet. So let's get started. All right, so we're gonna get started by pulling out the old toilet. I've gathered up the tools that they say we're gonna need. We'll see if that's correct or not. Here's what we got so far. That's a 1/2 inch socket, deep well 1/2 inch sockets. Well, they said a crescent wrench, but I prefer that over a crescent wrench. A scraper, a Phillips, and a saw. I don't know what the saw is for, but we're gonna find out. Let's get started. All right, we're in the bathroom. First thing we're gonna do, shut the water off. Let's go. Nice and tight. Then we're gonna flush that toilet. Ah, what a lovely sound. We just want to make sure and get as much water out of the toilet as possible, so we don't have to deal with a bunch of water. Well, they were wrong. Well, they weren't wrong. For their toilet, we probably don't need any other tools. For this toilet, these two that hold the top part on are flatheads and then a nut underneath. That's what I'm going to take care of now. Get this part out of the way. All right, so I'm doing it the wrong way, like usual. I'm gonna disconnect this guy as much as I can and drain most of that water out of there, the water that's left in there. One thing I've gotten smart enough to do, oh, my hair looks awesome, not really, but all of these extra pieces, I am keeping them in this bowl. Say hi, Orange. Keeping them in this bowl, all of the extra pieces. That way, when I go to put the new one in and it doesn't fit or doesn't work right, I've got the old one sitting right here. I can put it all back together if needed. So, all right, this bowl should be loose. Well, not the bowl. What is this part called? The top. All right, this part, when you lift the toilet, there's gonna be a wax ring in between the toilet and the floor. My hair is awesome. Just be prepared to deal with that. Gloves, have a plastic bag around, and have somewhere to set your toilet once you pick it up that you're not gonna mind a bunch of wax getting everywhere. So let's get to that. Well, there you are. Now we got a mess to clean. Clean as much of that wax off of there. I'm also gonna run a snake down to make sure I've got this sewer drain as clean as possible. I'm gonna clean the floor up. I'm not gonna record all of that stuff. We'll get back to it. All right, so we've got that all cleaned up, as clean as we can get it. I really tried to clean that more, but it doesn't want to clean up and nobody's ever gonna see it again. So I did clean away down in the drain there after the years of use. There was some plaque buildup, or whatever you want to call it. Shit plaque, I don't know. Knocked as much of that away as I could, poured water down the drain to make sure that it all passed through into the sewer. And so it recommends replacing these bolts that are sticking up that hold the toilet to the ground. But these are in great shape. I'm not gonna bother replacing them. They line up with the new bowl, so I'm just gonna move forward, wax ring, set the bowl in place. All right, as you can see, this toilet is not sitting flush. So I'm gonna pull it back apart. I either need to go with just a standard wax ring, or I'm not sure. I'm gonna pull it back apart and see. So that's it. I got to use a standard wax ring because that other one spaces it up too high. So that's what we'll do. All right, the bowl is in, but there could have been more drama. I mean, worked out all right. The saw is to cut these down. We'll worry about that later. All right, let's get to putting the rest of it together. All right, would it be me if I didn't skip steps and jump ahead? I gotta take those nuts back off real quick. These plastic washers need to go down there first. So let's redo that, yay! All right, it's in. On to the next step. All right, toilet's in. No leaks anywhere. Everything works well. Let's see how she flushes. Real nice. All right, so there it is, man. That's how to put a toilet in. Super rad, crappy video for you.